Moshpit Passion, you know, for the passion of the music.
Dear fans of Moshpit Passion, my name is Kayo. Right next to me, the guys from Ghost Iris. They're from Denmark, and they're one band besides, of course, JinJer, which are doing an international tour. That's right, guys.
Yes.
It's crazy during those times. I mean, Corona and at least COVID, yeah, got us out, and since March, everything. Yeah, is a half step down, more or less, concert-wise, release-wise, etc. And yeah, glad that you have been here because your promotion company sent us your record last year around February or March or something like that, around the record release, and it was February. A really banger. And I never got the chance to meet you to talk about that record and also about the band. And lucky enough today, there's a possibility to see you in live, full color in front of me. So at least before we talk a little bit about this whole COVID thing, let's talk about your current record. Released it last year, did a couple of tours, also headline tours through Germany. But how was the response from the fans? I mean, it's not your first record. Yeah, how was the feedback of them? How did they react to the singles and to the record at all?
Well, this was our third record. And I think, honestly, the response was better than the other records. I also think we, as a band and individually, felt better about the music and our individual performances on the record. So I felt like, at least I do, I felt like the last record was a big step up from anything we've done, like, and that's everything. Also the production and the mixing and the videos and just everything. A lot of progression. A lot of progression.
Good in all the cases, in production, numbers, and everything. Everything is only going uphill in the good way.
That would be also my view on your current record, because usually when a band releases a debut record, everybody's like, oh, there's a cool new band, we like their debut, and they mostly doing the same on the second record, and then the third record is always the important one to see, all right, let's see what the band else can do. Is it like a step forward, different direction, or just coping? And you did the whole thing, you put it on a different level, like you mentioned before. The production is very strong, powerful, the videos and everything else was taking you on a higher level. And do you also think the audience more and more came to your shows in 2019 when you released the music, at least?
For sure, because 2019 was the year we played the most shows we've ever played. I'm not sure. Was it 44?
Yeah, I think 45, maybe even 50.
Almost 48, maybe. But a lot of shows in a year for a band of our size. It was a strong touring year, and then this year, not so strong.
But how do you feel, actually? Like you mentioned before, you were doing a lot of tours, 44 shows, and 45, and amazing record. And then there was, like, since March, no concert, nothing, from, let me say, from hero to zero.
Very much, yeah.
So did you else something like, I don't know, streaming concerts or planning something like that?
No, we didn't actually do that. We just work on music.
Yeah,
just spent the time on that because
we have recorded new music and been focusing on that. And that was planned even before everything happened. So it was kind of in our favor that we could really just focus on that totally, and not really focus on how we're gonna get to this show and how we're gonna get to this show and what gear and flights, and we could just focus on writing or recording new music and making that the best.
How would you describe the bond between each band members? Because last year you played a lot of shows and you are on a spot together for months and weeks, and sometimes you're arguing each other and you're like, oh no, I don't want to talk to this person right now. But then coming to this lockdown and COVID thing and starting writing songs, was it for you like, oh, finally I got the band back, the guys back, so there's a different energy, fresh energy, something like that happened? Something similar like this?
No, we don't ever really take breaks because we rehearse, like we have our 2 times a week where we all get together and for a bunch of hours and rehearse and write new stuff and talk about everything, you know, talk about the future, what are we going to do, especially now, like with this whole pandemic stuff. So that's it's nothing, not like really fresh, but also not it's not bad or anything. It's just, you know, we just keep the train going anyways.
Yeah. So it's kind of steady. Yeah. So yeah, we're just used to being together, even when we don't tour. We're still, like you said, we meet 2 times a week, and just talk and play music and plan for world domination and all that stuff.
It's a good mission. I mean, some bands are like, no, we're doing nothing. We don't even rehearse, nothing like that. But it's good to see and to hear that bands are doing something, cooking and mixing everything for the next year.
Yeah.
And
never stop.
Yeah.
Just keep on,
and it's also when you're a band our size. Obviously, this is not our job, so we all have full-time jobs next to this, which means that we can't work on this full-time. Yeah. So putting out a new record is like, it takes a year from going into the studio to releasing. So yeah, it takes a long time.
I heard rumors that you will play a couple of new songs today. Is that right?
Yes.
What can you tell us about those tracks, musically and from the topic itself?
They're like definitely like I know it's a cliche and every band says like it's like
the best.
But like it's the way you know us, but it's also something new. But in this case, it's a kick in the face, I would say. Yeah. Both of them are very energetic, like very. Punch in the face. So heavy, but very also heavy. Some well-known stuff that people know from us.
Can you name us the songs, the song titles?
Song titles. They are they're still working titles. So they're not. Well, they're going to be called Paper Tiger, and Desert Dread. But Paper Tiger is not similar like the Drykilogic song Paper Tiger. I don't know if you're familiar with this band. I know the band, but the expression Paper Tiger is, you know, the like something that seems big and scary, but in reality is not dangerous at all.
Okay.
It's not about COVID. It's not about COVID. It's not a conspiracy song or anything like COVID is not dangerous at all. And everybody says it's dangerous. It's not dangerous. Of course it is. But it's an expression like the Paper Tiger.
It's an interesting point what you stated about conspiracy theories here, especially in Germany. A lot of people went to Berlin.
The march in Berlin, yes.
Yeah.
Like apparently
you heard of that?
Oh yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Well, how many was it?
30, 20,000, 15. Crazy. 15,000 people.
Yeah. A lot of people.
They don't believe in it or have
no, but I think they do believe in it, but it's just I think they're pissed about the fact that it's not being taken seriously, but like they also say the classic, like the flu, the regular flu is also kills a lot of people and all that. But, you know, we have to listen to the people from high above, or otherwise, you know, they're gonna make sure that we listen to them anyways. You know, what can you do? Of course, you have to stand up for what you believe in and all that. But
I hope it's okay that I will close a little bit the topic of Corona and COVID. I can't hear it anymore because of something
same.
But one interesting point is also about bands and their income when it comes to merchandise, because it's the main product at the moment. And what do you think about people like the Spotify CEO is saying, bands should go into rehearsal and release, at least, I don't know, 1 record per year, so they're getting more and more money, something like that. Would you agree something like that, or would you say, dude?
I would say to them, hey, have you ever heard the expression quality over quantity? That one. I'm not saying you should have to work 5 years for an album or something, but you know, like every year, some bands can do it. Dance Gavin Dance, they've released like 10 albums in 13 years or something, completely insane, and they've all been good. Yeah. They're one of a kind, I guess. But other bands, we need time to delve into it And we're also not working full time on music, so of course.
Yeah, and you also need the money to record.
Cost a shitload of money.
It's not cheap. It's not free. If you want a quality product,
you could settle for less, but then you get what you pay for.
Yeah, but then if you settle for less, people are not going to be as interested. It's not going to sound as good. So
you want like high quality stuff that like larger than life sound that makes you believe again, right? Yeah.
But I can sort of relate to what he's saying, because I think it's just a sign of the times with social media culture and Instagram, and you know, you don't even look at the photo, you just press like and then move on. So it's like whenever you hear an album, you know, you can see on the Spotify stats after 3 months, it's like boop, 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 boop. It's like I've heard it.
All the statistics are there.
Yeah. And I do the same when I listen to an album. I listen to it for a couple of months, and then I've listened to it.
Yeah. Now, from an artistic point, how frustrating is that? I mean, bands are doing rehearsals for hours, writing on just one song, and you selling it for 99 cents or €1 at least, or at least you stream it, get a couple of cents, and then after 3 months, nobody's listened to that song. But you need new songs, a new record, that you can do a tour. From an artistic point of view, how do you feel about that?
I guess it's I guess it makes you kind of hungry to just play more. If you truly love what you do and truly love playing music, you will sort of feed off of it, because when you start to realize that people are interested in your music, you also want to keep on making more. And so it doesn't bother me. It's not something I think about a lot, actually.
Yeah, me neither.
So my last question is about your merchandise, because, like I mentioned before, merchandise is very important. It's another income. Which product would you like to produce and to sell? Is there anything like an action figure, a video game?
I think we're more simple. We're quite simple.
Yeah, good old T-shirt.
Mosh shorts.
Mosh shorts.
And now maybe some face masks. I don't know. Something like that.
No, I always envied the Rammstein package with the dildos.
Yeah.
That's like next level.
That was. I remember when I saw that 10 years ago. I was like, "This is insane.
Yeah.
The marketing value in this is absolutely mind blowing." And releasing a music video on a whatever porno website,
it's like YouPorn or something.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's genius. That's
it's genius. And you need to do something weird nowadays, I guess.
Yeah, but I feel like if we did that, it would kind of not go over well.
Yeah. It had to be a certain caliber and have a certain backlog, I think.
But let's stick to T-shirts. Like you said, you like it a little bit simpler. When it comes to rip-off shirts, I mean, hardcore bands, metalcore bands are doing something like the rip-offs of cover art or logos, etc. Is there anything specific where you say, hey, our typeface is fitting to, I don't know, to the Ghostbusters logos, for instance, and you are doing some kind of rip-off? Is that something?
We had when you say rip-off, you mean like a spoof, a spoof or something of it.
No, a spoof?
I saw it. You know the band The Word Alive? Well, their name is The Word Alive, and the North Face, that logo, they replaced it. They had the same those thingies, and then they had The Word Alive.
Yeah,
that's a spoof, like you
spoof.
Or rip-off sounds a little more like maybe negative, but I'm guessing that's what you mean, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah. We had one with we had with Sriracha once.
Which
Sriracha, the chili sauce?
Oh, yes,
it's like a legendary Thai chili sauce.
That was
never could spell
amazing.
Sriracha.
Eat it all the time.
Okay. But we had that once a few years ago, but then I think we sort of wanted to be taken more seriously, so we kind of laid off of the spoofy type of things.
All right. So I forgot our last question, because our magazine is called Moshpit Passion, the most important question in our interviews, and our artists talking about their moshpit experience from a band perspective or personal perspective. Do you have anything to share, like a crazy story, wild story, something like that?
I have. I remember in Italy once there was a guy. He landed a perfect backflip right at the start of a song, like perfect timing as well. because I know because our driver was filming.
Yeah,
you could see it, like the silhouette
on
of
video.
him, like he did a perfect backflip. That was pretty cool. And from another perspective, from like many years ago when I played in another band, I played in Belgium at Über Fest, like a hardcore festival. Yeah. And people were literally, they're not stage diving, or they're like running on each other's heads almost.
Yeah, they're crazy.
Like running out and then falling down. That was, and I was pretty young at that moment, that point, and I hadn't played for that long. That was insane. I've never seen anything like that.
Fest is always hard.
Yes. And then I went into the mosh pit myself later on when Madball played, and I got punched in the stomach by a girl. she was a big girl though, and I'm a skinny guy.
She was a big girl.
And then I was like, damn, respect. I'm gonna go out here on the edge and just check out Madball instead.
I'm just gonna go check out Madball like this in the back, and then complain that people are not moshing.
Yeah, like all the other ones.
That's how I'd go to shows.
Yes, when Madball is playing, I do the same. That's it's too heavy for me, definitely. Yeah. I don't want to get punched by a girl or something. That would be.
Also,
it was a big girl.
Once at a Bleeding Through concert, the circle pit was so. There was so much speed on it. It felt like a whirlwind. I could feel like the wind from the people was like this, and it was like 30 degrees, and it felt like a fan hitting me in the face because of people running so fast.
Crazy.
A vortex of mosh pit.
So guys, thank you very much for your time, for the interviews. Check the band out. I put all links into the description. See you next time, hopefully next year with a new record, new music, new sound. Thank you for your time. Bye guys.
Have a good day.